Okay, so what we're going to do here is a unit map, or a concept map. What exactly is a concept map? A concept map is all the objectives we're going to do in one map. So let's figure this out. The last unit we did was estimation and computation. You can pause it if you'd like. What we're working on now is geometry and the American tour. Geometry and the American tour. And the next one, we're going to focus on only division. But it's going to be a lot more complex than what we did. Okay, so the concept map. Our unit has two parts. Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 is the American tour, and then Part 2 will be geometry. So really quickly, we looked at already a census. If you remember, a census was a way to gather data. So a census is used to collect data. Now, you can use the data for first, just to find the population. This many people live here. Or, as we discussed, we can use that to discover characteristics of the population. And the number and the characteristics are used for making predictions. So you can see how it all connects. The census collects data about population and characteristics, and we use that data to make predictions. Good. Now let's look at part 2, geometry. We're going to focus on specifically angles. Angles. Okay. So, we are going to classify them, or angles are classified by, classify meaning just separated into groups, angle measurement. Angle measurement. Good. How do we get measurement? We use a protractor. Good. So, we get the angle measurement and we can use it for two things. Triangles. Which have 3 sides, and then polygons. And polygons are any shape with more than 3 sides. Good. And these are both classified by, which we know is just put in the groups, side length and angle measure. Good. So we see angles classified by angle measurement. We use a protractor and we use them for triangles and polygons. And those are classified by the side length and angles. But now we have relationships. Now there's three types we're going to look at: vertical, opposite, and adjacent. Now remember, you can pause this whenever you want. So we have angle relationships, vertical, opposite, adjacent. Good. So there is our entire map. We have two parts and everything is connected. So some keywords we're going to look at based on that. So the first one we have is census, population, acute, obtuse, right. These are all angles or triangles. We also have protractor. We have vertical, opposite, adjacent, and these are all angles. We also have the word polygon. And then we're going to look at some triangles. You may or may not have seen these words: scalene, isosceles, equilateral. And these are all triangles. If you see here, a triangle literally means three angles. Try three, angles three. So a triangle has three angles. And one more word is called interior angles. Good. Now we have some essential questions. These are not the only ones we're going to look at, but there are some big ones to guide our discussion. So, what factors affect population increase or decrease? Another thing is, where do you see angles in real life, and how do they help? And how do they help? And the last one, how will what you learn now help you in the future? Good. So we have three questions. Try to get that right there. If you want to pause and write them. Just the key words if you want to pause. And lastly, the two maps if you want to pause. So now, what is the point? The point is to examine how data is used. We've already looked at that. Some data that's not true, or that could be opinions, like tall, or where sharks attack. And the other one is to look at angle used in the world. Good. So what's the point? To examine how data is used and look at how angles are used in the world. You probably already know this when you see street corners, when you see buildings, bridges, that kind of thing. So now we have our entire paper filled out right here. It's about a 10-minute video, 10-minute homework. It's pretty easy.